just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
What the f happened?
What just happened? I'm Dan. That's Julia. And today we're here to talk Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 2, called Edible Complex. Before we get into it, I want to let you guys know I'm going to be doing a new intro with the What Just Happened stuff. If you're watching a movie or a show and you notice a really good What Just Happened, send it to me on Twitter at Invaders, and you could potentially be one of the new clips. So I thought that would be
I
pretty
love
fun.
that.
Yeah, open it up to everybody else. I have one in particular I really want, but there's still really good ones, and you might have one on the top of your head. So just clip it, tweet at me at Invaders, and I might pick it. I'm trying to do it by the end of Yellowjackets Season 2. But hey, Jules, we're here for our next show. We were nervous after Servant ended, not know what to do next, but this show is perfect. It's right here. And we already know from people in the comments saying that they were going to watch Yellowjackets now since Servant's over. And I think it's a great show to watch after Servant, personally.
I agree. Yeah.
It's filled with theories. So if you're new here on What Just Happened, we try to get as many theories going as possible and put them in the comments. And then we make videos reading your comments, reading your theories. So get wild. There's a lot to dig into. There's a lot of mysteries at bay here. There was a little bit of a clue of maybe some supernatural things going on this episode, but there's so many things to answer, Jules. Like
here we go again. Supernatural or not supernatural?
Exactly. So there's just endless possibilities, and we're going to do live streams. Our first one's going to be next Thursday night, so subscribe so you don't miss that. And yeah, and if you want to join one of the live streams, we could always do that. Get crazy. I mean, this show is nuts, and it's just filled with possibilities. So let's kick it off here on What Just Happened. This one's called Edible Complex. Starts off with Shauna having another Jackie vision, which I don't love when shows do that. Like Dexter did it a lot when you're talking to a dead person. Don't love it, but I think for this couple scenes that they have this episode, it did actually work. The girls in the cabin, they're all curious what she's up to, and they'll find out this episode, Jules. Don't you worry. No cliffhangers there. But it goes back to her, and she realizes that she actually cut off a piece of her arm to eat it. We saw her eat the ear last week, and she kind of freaked herself out.
You're the one holding the knife.
About doing that. But hey, it's called Edible Complex this episode.
Yeah, well, here's my question. Like, what made her eat the ear in the first place? Was it just because she was hungry and she's like, okay, I'll eat this?
Yeah, when she did it at the end of the last episode, it just kind of looked like it. Yeah,
well, because it happened so fast, but I don't know if it was that or more like she just wanted to keep a piece of Jackie with her kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is
could be that
creepy, but I mean, but this her whole interaction with Jackie this episode was creepy. So
digging into Shauna is going to be a fun ride because obviously we had Leanne and Dorothy for Servant, plus all the other side characters, but seeing them grow and seeing them evolve as characters. Shauna is messed up as an adult. I mean, she straight up murdered somebody.
And
lies about it. Yeah, but she was even crazier as a teenager.
Yeah,
which is scary.
I mean, I gotta give it to these kids too. Like, I can't imagine that the kids playing the younger versions are probably more than high school age, maybe a little bit older. I don't know. That always fools me though. But regardless, the performances are great.
Yeah, and I love, like, last season we had 3 timelines. You had before the crash, during the crash when they were stranded, and then the 20 years later. How, like 25 years later, I think they said. Yeah, 25. They said it this episode. You had 3 timelines, and now it's back to only 2 timelines when they were stranded, and then later. As I'm talking about certain scenes, I'll try to remind you guys which timeline we're talking about here so we don't get confused. There's a lot to keep track of. I mean, everybody's names, we're gonna have to get used to all these new characters.
I'm gonna be so bad at that.
Yeah. So we see Shauna's daughter, who is struggling with the fact that she found a piece of the burnt off passport for Adam, basically confirming that one of her parents at least murdered this guy. She's trying to come to grips with everything. She breaks up with her boyfriend Kyle. I mean, who knows how big of a character this guy will be. Maybe he'll come back into the fold, but if they gave him a name, like I know his name's Kyle,
well,
it should matter a little bit. I guess
that's true. They did mention specifically that his name was Kyle quite a few times.
Yeah, right.
I just can't see how he would be important unless he like somehow finds out about it and
Ooh, I
like,
like that. I like that a
oh yo,
lot.
what if he finds out and then the daughter ends up killing him?
Ooh, family of
What's her
murderers.
name?
I like that. Callie.
Callie. Yeah.
Yeah, Callie.
Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah. I hope
but
that happens. Not that I want him to die, but
yeah, but she's yeah, me too. But she's definitely he's like the new Toby. No, I'm kidding. Nobody can match up to Toby. So she's
how dare
definitely
you?
struggling with this though. You know, she found the
Yeah.
passport. I mean, she even went back out there last week to go get it because she sensed something was going on, and she was right. So we'll see how she comes to grips with it. We'll see when she actually talks to Shauna or her father about it. I don't know how long she could possibly keep that in. You know, then in the past, we see Van is trying to help Thaisa with her, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Sleepwalking? I don't know. It's like a sleep life. She just does wild shit
Yeah.
and she can't remember it when she falls asleep. So
Like
it's crazy.
yeah, I want to say it's like night terrors, but like
Yeah.
it's just weird that like she just gets so violent. Like I've never seen something like that.
She does some weird shit, man. Weird
Ah,
shit.
yeah.
And she
Yeah.
doesn't remember it. So Van really wants her to talk to Lottie about it. She wants nothing to do with that, but I can guarantee you that's going to happen. It seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
that it was set up in this episode. And then current time, we see Thaisa is struggling coffee to try to stay awake. She's alone now. Her son's not there. Her ex-wife, I guess now. I don't know if they officially got divorced.
I don't think so. I think they're just like
Okay.
separated for the time being.
So then her wife, you know, she doesn't want the kid around her, which is makes sense. I mean, she found a
I
head of a
mean,
dog and a doll
oh my
downstairs in the
God.
basement in like a ritual aspect. It was weird.
Like
So yeah,
imagine finding out you did that in your sleep
oh my goodness.
and having just zero recollection of it. That's
Imagine
terrifying.
that. Imagine finding out that
My God,
you
it's
did
like
that.
fucking Severance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and that's gonna be really fun. Subscribe so you don't miss our Severance content.
Oh yeah.
But so she's alone now, and this comes back later. I'll circle back to this. They quickly show Travis and Natalie on the hunt for meat. This comes back again later because they can't find anything. They cannot find anything to eat, like meat. Can't find it anywhere. So it's obviously building towards, you know what I'm saying.
I think we need to try a piece of human flesh.
We'll have a tiny little bit.
Then we'll know.
We'll be off the hook.
And then in current time, Lottie talks to Natalie about her intentions with her cult. You know, why did you kidnap me and bring me here? She says it wasn't like that, but she also says, hey, I was worried about you after Travis died. I didn't want you to do something stupid. Turns out she was planning on unaliving herself, so she saved her.
After Travis died, I was worried that you would do something stupid. So I sent my friends to keep an eye on you.
Lottie did save her, but the way she did it, her methods may be a bit much, but she was right.
Questionable.
Questionable methods. Yeah. And then Misty, who I love, probably my favorite character so far. Christina Ricci
like-
is fantastic.
Her character annoys the shit out of me, but like I love her. Because like you never know where
Yeah.
she's going next.
Never. She's such a wild card. So
Yeah.
she's doing what she feels like is the smart move, and it probably is. She's the one that's looking out for Shauna, or at the whole group really, but Shauna in particular, she's looking out for her. She'll even in the past, she always seems like she's looking out. Besides when she drugged everyone, but she always seems like
Well, she didn't do
for
it
the
on
most
purpose
part,
though.
right. For the most part, she's looking out. So she wants to see if there's any talk on Adam being dead and if there's any theories out there. So she's just always looking into it. And I love that.
I do feel like her snooping and looking for like people talking about it is gonna come back and like bite her in the ass.
Could. It definitely could. Maybe she's not hiding her tracks well enough. Something like that. So we'll see. And then in the past, the scene that was like foreshadowed in the beginning of the episode, Thaisa finds Jackie's dead body with makeup. Her hair is braided, and she freaks out. You know, she has every right
Rightly
to.
so.
It's very yeah, rightly so. It's weird. So she runs right outside and confronts Shauna about it. Lottie actually does stand up for her, saying, you know, it was her best friend. It's hard, whatever.
And like
Boyles-
everyone grieves in their own way, but that's maybe
Yeah,
a little
I mean,
excessive.
maybe a little much. But then ultimately, she doesn't say no when Thaisa brings up that they should burn the body. They should cremate the body since they can't bury it because it's too cold out. So
Right.
that's their plan. And they say they're going to do that. And Shauna can't stop it. Like she has to just go with it. Then current times, Kevin, Shauna's friend, who's a cop, he comes in and questions her about Adam. She says, did you know this guy? He knew they knew each other because they had text message records. So she lies. She said she knew him, but only because of the car accident. And then she was only texting him because he was a creep about the car accident. So she lies. And Callie makes up some excuse to get Kevin out of there. But then she gets pissed off because Shauna says she did it for Jeff.
I did it to protect your dad. He's been through so much.
When that's not why she did it. So
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Now, I didn't expect her to interrupt like that and save her mom. But
either.
also, to be fair, like she's mad at her either way.
Right. Yeah. And
So,
there's no changing that for now. That's not going to change
definitely
anytime
not.
soon. I do
Which
feel
I
like
don't blame her.
I do feel like even if she doesn't kill her ex-boyfriend, I do feel like something will happen with Callie to make her and her mom and her dad have to work together. I feel like could
I agree.
happen. Yeah.
I feel like it
and
has to.
yeah, it should. Hopefully it does. That'd be a really fun thing to do with this storyline.
Mhm.
And then one of my most hype moments, Elijah Wood is in this show now.
Yes.
He's going to be
I
good
didn't
in
know
this
that
role.
until this episode.
Yep, he's going to be good in this role. So he plays Walter. He left a note for Misty in the fridge. She opens it. It's blank. That'll come back later. I'll talk about it at the end. Then Natalie and Travis are out, still looking for food. And she makes up a story to say she found Javi's clothes and that he's dead and you got to let him go. She's doing it for his own good because he won't give up and he won't stop thinking about it. But that is kind of messed up to lie about it.
Now, I can't imagine that Javi's alive still. What do you think? Do you think that Lottie is actually right about this feeling that she has?
I tend to believe Lottie. I don't know why. I could see him being dead, but I believe in her and her powers. She's like the new Leanne.
I don't right. I don't know if it's because God, cults. So many cults.
Yep. We had to do another
So
show
I don't
with a
know if
cult.
I don't know if she's just convincing because she's a cult leader, or if she's like actually got like these weird like intuitions about things like that. But like imagine that Javi's like actually alive. Nat would like I guess he's not because we don't see him in like the present
True,
timeline.
but they did also hold Van back until the trailer for season 2 came out to show that Lauren Ambrose is playing her as an adult.
That's true.
So they could be holding it, like not show all your cards at once, keep a little surprise in your back pocket. So could be.
Well, and I'm wondering if that's why remember that Lottie said like he didn't want Nat to have anything to do with that whole situation that they were involved in, which we'll get to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if that's because he found out that Nat lied to him about his brother.
Oh, that'd be cool. And you know what? I think we'll get that answer, which is a really cool thing about the flashback aspect of this show. You can always find out something more that you didn't know before based on a past interaction. So it's a fun thing they can do. But then in current time, we see the scene with Travis and Lottie before he passed away and then how he passed away, which I'll tell you what, Jules, for some reason, I just didn't buy that scene. It felt like it was fake.
Either.
Like that's not how it happened.
Something was off.
Yeah.
It's the baby in the car all over again.
It's the baby in the car, 100%. I mean, yeah, I just didn't buy it. And then even Natalie says to her,
I'm gonna put a stop to your fucking bullshit. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna stop it.
Well, at least you'll have to stay alive to do that.
We'll see how their relationship progresses throughout the season because they're two really interesting characters. That's what this show does really good. You have a lot of characters that you care about and that actually matter to the show, which is tough to do for this many characters, but they're all cool in their own way. Everybody's unique.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say that, like, especially for these girls who were like part of a team, you'd expect them to have more similar personalities, but you got like a wide range and it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And then you see certain characters, have a bond, and then certain characters kind of hate each other, and it's just cool to see it all play out. And then we see that Thaisa, her efforts earlier to keep herself awake and chugging coffee did not come through. She fell asleep, so she wakes up at her kitchen table, and as soon as you see her wake up, you're like, "Oh, what happened? What did she do?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Simone came over, and we find that Sammy is nowhere to be found. He's not in the house anymore, it looks. So we'll get to that. And then, which is cool what they do too, they go back and forth from past to current time and progress each story a little bit, and then that one a little bit, and then that one a little bit. It's really cool. It's very unique in that way, I feel. They play with time a lot. And it's almost cremation time. They argue, which is messed up. They argue whether or not she should keep her clothes.
Should we save her clothes?
You want to strip her naked?
Me and her jacket, mostly.
And that's a rough conversation to have. Because I get both
Now
sides.
I get it. It's not like you're leaving her naked if you just take the jacket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, like, and it's freaking cold out. Like,
Oh,
that's
man.
useful. So, like,
It is
when you're in
useful,
that
yeah.
situation, you have to take what you can get. So I understand them saying, like, can we at least take the jacket?
Yeah, it's just a tough situation to be in. It's
Yeah.
really tough because I understand both sides. And then we are introduced to a new character, Jay, who I was wrong in my notes, but I found out later on. In my notes, I have Callie flirts with a guy at a bar, and then I put definitely evil. I thought he was evil from their quick interaction.
He kind of
'cause
is.
he was saying he's here to help his mom move. Like, I just didn't buy his story, and I was right about
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah, my parents, after 26 years of a messed up marriage, my mom's finally had it. She's moving out.
Sketchy.
But
And when she was like, "Oh, that's kind of similar to my story," you're like,
Oh,
"That's
yeah.
awfully convenient." Yeah,
Yeah.
it just seemed super suspicious from the start.
it's like he was setting her up to say something he wanted to know.
Of
So
course, he was.
yeah. So then back to the cremation. While they light Jackie's body on fire, Lottie says Javi is still alive, and Natalie gets pissed. She's like, shut up, cut it out. Don't say that. That's going to be a fun storyline. I love, because it's not the biggest storyline, whether or not Javi's alive, but it's something fun to keep in the background while they're progressing the story.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun ride. And what do you guys think?
I'm
You
rooting
think
for
he's alive?
Javi though.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
rooting
so
for
am I.
him.
So get your thoughts on that in the comments. Misty finds out that a blacklight will illuminate the letters in Walter's note. So that's also a fun storyline, because now we see Walter is trying to work with Misty to help her, and they're just really good actors, both of them. And I'm excited for
yeah.
that.
I'm
That's
real
gonna
excited
be-
for that.
That'll be a fun relationship, and I hope they get married. Like they're
Oh my
they're
god, that
really
would be
fun.
so fun.
yeah, they're really
They really
fun.
nailed the casting on this so far.
Oh, they did. Yeah. And we still haven't even seen Lauren Ambrose. That's going to be so
Oh, I
fun.
can't wait.
Man, that's going to be, she's going to
Come
definitely
back
be
to
the
me,
thumbnail.
daddy.
Her first episode, she's the thumbnail, 100%. Yeah, then we find out Jay's a cop, and he's, working with Kevin. Kevin didn't want him to do what he did, but he found that information.
The fuck? We're not undercover on this.
Okay, well, unofficially undercover. And wait for it. Miss Sadecki was cheating on her husband. The daughter just confirmed.
They're trying to figure out, which they're right about, if Shauna in fact killed Adam. So they're already on her tail. That's going to be really wild to watch that play out. Weird. Something weird happens. So Natalie and Travis get it on, and Lottie watches. How? I don't know. Uses her power to watch. That was a weird
I feel
scene.
like it's either him like remembering something, or maybe she's like astral projecting. That's the only thing I could think of.
True. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So
But like, I don't know what
yeah.
else it could be, but either way, it was real creepy.
real
real
creepy.
creepy.
Real creepy. So yeah. Thoughts on that? What's up with Lottie? Like someone break her down. I know someone already looked up Lottie, the meaning of the word Lottie and the
Mhm.
name, and gotten all into it. So yeah, let us know in the comments. And then it looked to me as there was a supernatural force that extinguished that fire. Did you get that vibe?
Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, especially with like the camera coming in from the top, you know what I mean? I
Yes,
don't know. It
yeah.
felt like
Yeah. That was
trying
a
to think of something to
fun
compare it to.
that was a fun camera movement though. That was
I
really
agree.
cool. That was unique. So yeah,
Yeah,
it gets
how about
put
we
out.
have some more good camera work here?
Oh yeah, keep
Sorry.
that going. No. So then before we see the fruition of that scene, we see in current time Sammy's principal. I don't know, someone called the parents to let them know that he's at the school.
I'm sorry.
Your son? He's waiting for you to pick him up.
Oh, okay. He must have left and come.
He's been there for 2 hours waiting for them to pick him up. So he was never with Thaisa, and she imagined that whole thing. So like, how crazy can we get? What's that all gonna lead up to, man? I'm so excited for that. That's a fun storyline.
Yeah, because now we got that is it real or is it not real kind of thing.
Exactly. And then anytime you see her on screen, you can't really take it for face value. You got to kind of, all right, what's really going on here? So that's fun. Like, let us know what's going on with that in the comments as well. But then in the past, the girls get an aroma of fresh meat from the outside.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm
cooking,
sorry.
and they got excited.
There's no way that cooked human flesh smells good. I mean,
Well, if you're
maybe
really
it
hungry,
does, but like,
maybe
I
it
guess
does.
that's fair. I guess that's fair, but like, no, not
Yeah.
for me. Thanks.
So then they all go outside and devour Jackie because she wants us to, apparently.
And
Yeah,
oh, the decision was made so quickly, but I also
it was.
understand
It was.
because, well, that's because Shauna already took a little nibble for herself.
Oh,
So she's
yeah.
like, oh, this is fine now. Yeah,
Yep.
justified.
Oh, they got the hunger, man.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Like, if they're not finding any kind of game for meat anywhere, what are they supposed to do? I mean, personally, I would have been like Ben and been like, nope.
Yeah.
See ya.
But did
Not
you
being
see
a part
his?
of that?
Yo, when they showed him hiding or like in the cabin when they were all eating Jackie, first thought I had was like, he knows that if they had a pick to kill someone and eat them, it would be him. Like he's
It would
next.
be him. That I had the same
Yeah.
thought. I had the same
Yeah.
thought. He's
he knows
wounded.
that. Yeah.
He's the weak link.
Yeah, weak link. He's not really part of the tribe. And
Yeah, he's like, oh shit.
he would be the first choice to go. So, and you know, the scene we got last season when they showed one of the Yellowjackets running through the woods and they set a trap for her. So we know that they ultimately turned to cannibalism to feed themselves during the winter anyway. But yeah, that's it. So what do you guys think of Yellowjackets? If you watched to catch up, just to be part of the what just happened, are you happy with it so far? Are you sold on this show? And what are you looking forward to the most? What questions do you have that you want us to discuss? Because we're going live next Thursday. So get your questions in and we'll talk about it. But yeah, if you want to join us, 7:30 Eastern time, Thursday night?
I believe so. Yeah.
7:30 Eastern time on April 6th. If you want to be part of the conversation, just subscribe, put on those notifications, and you won't miss out. But that'll do it for today. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.